And we are back. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are sending vinyl records off to be graded and slabbed by AMG Grading. A little bit of a backstory about me. I did sports cards for about 10 years, traveling the country, setting up at all the conventions in Chicago, Dallas, you name it. I was probably there buying and selling sports cards. Big part of the hobby is grading. Many reasons to grade a sports card. Preserves the condition, ups the value, you know it's authentic. Vinyl, I know, is a different story. There's a lot of pushback on it because a lot of vinyl collectors say records are meant to be played. I think, on the other hand, a lot of records now are a piece of history and they deserve to have the condition preserved, and I just think, why not? You know, like they do it with comic books, they do it, you know, even with VHS tapes these days. Grading is a big part of collectibles, and I think vinyl is on the up and up in grading. So today I'm going to be showing you some stuff that I'm going to be sending off, and then I'm going to do a part 2, which you'll see in this video, of when I get it back, and I will show you guys the grades. But yeah, let's check out what I'm going to be sending off. We are going to be starting off with an iconic Second State butcher cover, which I feel like is in really good condition. The wax is maybe a little iffy, but this cover I feel like is very nice. I'm curious to how they're going to grade it. Yeah, this is something that, again, that I'm not going to listen to. I'm just going to preserve, I want to preserve the value. And I think in a slab, it's going to look really cool. So I'm excited to send that one off. And here's one. The condition is not so good, but a Third State butcher cover. So I'm curious to how they're going to grade this one. You can choose whether you want the record to be hanging out a little bit. It does cost a little bit extra, but on these butcher covers, I did do that. And I feel like it's going to look really cool slabbed up. So again, I'm pretty curious to how they're going to grade this. And one of my favorite movies of all time, a lot of people's favorite movie, Space Jam. The soundtrack, it is sealed from 1996. So they grade Jordan sports cards all the time. Why not grade a soundtrack where Michael Jordan is the main focus? So, and this one is in minty condition too. Very nice in all the corners. Nice hype sticker. So I'm curious to how they're going to grade this. Hopefully I get a good grade on that. Really hoping. This is an interesting one. Again, this is one I feel like is a piece of history. This is not something I want to play. But I just think, you know, being in a slab, this is going to be a very cool collectible. This is a Bob Marley Uprising test pressing. So, and this is another one that it's going to be half hanging out of the sleeve, so it's going to be a pretty big slab. So, you know, again, something that I'm not going to listen to, but I feel like slabbed up, this is going to be a very, very cool collectible. This is an iconic rap album that, if you know rap, even if you don't know rap, you probably know this album. Eminem, the Marshall Mathers LP. This is sealed, and this thing is very nice. Very nice. So, hoping I get a good grade on that one. Now, this one is definitely super cool. Pink Floyd, The Wall, sealed. I believe it's a first press. I'm like 95% sure. But yeah, this thing is very, very nice. There's one little corner ding. I don't know if you can see it or not right there. So, but other than that, this thing is very nice. So, hoping I get a good grade on that. I'm hoping I get a good grade on all these, of course, but here's another one that I just feel like is a piece of history. Miles Davis, Bitches Brew, sealed. And again, this is one I'm like 95% sure this is an OG. all the indicators pretty much, but it's tough without actually taking the record out and looking at it. But this is sealed. A little bit of a bummer is there is a little price tag on this little hype sticker right here, but I think it's going to look cool slabbed up. And yeah, there again, like the shrink has a little peel right there. There's like a little K right there for some reason, but you know, I still feel like this is going to grade pretty decent. We'll see. This one, I feel like, you know, I don't feel like they're ever going to repress this. This is an iconic record. Buckingham Nicks, self-titled. This one's in pretty solid condition. There is a little rip on the shrink right there. But overall, the corners look nice. Maybe a little something down here on the corner, but other than that, you know, I feel like slabbed up, that's going to look really good. This is an OG sealed Beatles Abbey Road. This, I feel like, you know, there's going to be some collectors going after this. There's a lot of big Beatles fans, and there's no reason to open something like this. You know, like if I really wanted a player's copy, I can go and buy one for $10, $20 or whatever, you know what I mean? But having a sealed first pressing, this is, again, a piece of history. So a little price tag right there, unfortunately. I didn't want to peel off. But, yeah, I'm hoping for the good grades. And I have two of these right here. This is crazy because I saw these have sold up to $700-800 sealed. But you can buy this record open for $10, you know what I mean? So, yeah, hopefully get a good grade on that. And again, I have a second one here. Pretty nice on this one. Fortunate little price tag right there, but yeah, a little bit of a split on the shrink right there, but slabbed up. Those are going to look really cool. Now this one is quite a funny one. I mean, what he did was absolutely not funny, but Charles Manson, Lie. And this is a sealed copy from, I believe, 87 or something like that. But the two hype stickers on here are super cool. It says, royalties from the sale of this album are being paid to the California Victims of the Violent Crimes Fund. And even on the other one, it says, the original version of the secret bonus track from Guns N' Roses, The Spaghetti Incident. So, I mean, you know, I might catch some flack for grading something like that, but I feel like that's something I'm never going to listen to. I have no interest in listening to it, but being slabbed up, I feel like it's going to up the value and look pretty cool. This is an absolute classic movie right here, Mallrats. This is a sealed copy, nice little hype sticker, and this one's in very good condition. Corners all look nice. Yeah, I'm expecting a good grade on this one. So, yeah, pretty nice. And the last one that I'm going to be sending off, Alice Cooper. This one is from the inside. Has 3 stickers on it, 2 hype stickers and an old price tag. So, and again, this one's pretty nice. There's a little notch cut right there, but again, I'm curious to how they're going to grade them, and you're going to be seeing everything once they are graded here in 1 minute, so definitely stay tuned. Yeah, this is some pretty cool stuff, and I feel like all this stuff is either stuff that I'm not going to listen to because they're a piece of history, or I don't want to open them because I want to preserve the value. So let's check out how the return went.
A few moments later.
And we are back. So it's been about a month. I got the grading order back. Super happy overall. Sent them off to AMG grading. Super nice people there, especially Jeremy. We emailed back and forth for a little bit. Great customer service, great people over there. I highly recommend if you're going to send vinyl to be graded to send it off to them. They definitely treat you right over there. I'm going to show you some of the results now. I got 3 of the big boys as far as how they were graded, the bigger slabs. So I'm going to show you one. I'm going to show the other 2 at the end. Starting off with this bad boy here. That's the Bob Marley test pressing, uprising, and it got a 7. Pretty happy with that grade. I had no clue how they would grade this because I don't know what they would have to go off of. But yeah, I'm really happy you got a 7. Seems like a very solid grade to me for what condition it's in. Happy about that. Each one does come with a certificate, which I'll pop up right here. So it gives you, you know, the artist, the year, everything, grade, packaging, media, yeah, all the stuff that you'd want to know. So each one comes with one of those, which is pretty cool. Super happy about this one here. Space Jam got a 9, Mint 9, 1996. I knew it probably wouldn't get a 10, but I'm very happy you got a 9. Pretty cool there. Another one that was minty, Eminem, and it also got a Mint 9 on the back. It says first pressing, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, in shrink with hype, of course, because it's sealed. But yeah, super happy. Got a 9. I was not really expecting a 10, but would have been nice on this one. But I understand, you know, why they didn't. Whew, another 9. Look at this. Pink Floyd The Wall, 1979. I'm guessing that there's no way to tell if this is an OG or not because it was sealed. Some of them they put first pressing on the back, some they put reissue, but this one they just put 2X vinyl gatefold. But yeah, it is 1979. So I guess they couldn't tell if it was a second sleeve or first sleeve just by looking at it, but real happy with that grade. So 3 9s in a row on that. Not bad. This is sick right here. Abbey Road, the Beatles, ended up getting an 8, which is I thought was great. It does say first pressing, second cover, uncropped front with Her Majesty on the back. So first pressing, second cover. So 8. I'm really happy with that grade. 1969. This one was minty, which I was hoping for a 10, but of course it must be pretty tough. I got a 9, Mallrats, 1995 sealed soundtrack. Yeah, I just absolutely love this movie. Love that I got this grade, so happy with that one. This is one I didn't think would grade too well, but I tried it anyway. The Miles Davis. This is a reissue with the Grammy sticker, 1970, which is the year it came out. I'm like 99% sure. But yeah, either way, sick. It got a 5, unfortunately, but yeah, I wasn't expecting a super high grade. I kind of just wanted Miles in the slab to see what that looked like. Here we got the Eagles, got a 7. Pretty solid. And then the other one got an 8. So kind of what I expected on those two. This one's pretty sweet. I mean, they're all sweet. The Buckingham Knicks, it got a 7. It doesn't say first pressing on the back, which I was a little bit bummed. Just says gatefold. But still a 7. Solid grade. I'll take it. You know, sealed 1973. I'm happy with it. And we got Alice Cooper. Seal got a 7. Probably, I'm guessing the saw cut knocked it down a notch. But yeah, it says with title and hype sticker. Pretty sweet, iconic cover. And this scary guy here got an 8. Charles Manson, UK release with royalties hype sticker. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that at auction. And here are the two big boys. So, here's this here. I'm just happy it didn't get a 1. It got a 2. So, I'll take it. I figured it would not grade very well, but still, in this slab, this thing looks so cool. I mean, it says third state peeled trunk cover on the back. Right there. So that's pretty sweet. And yeah, when I got it, it actually had this right here. I don't know if you could see it or not, but a little bit of a crack in the case. And again, their customer service over there is super good. I emailed them about this and one other thing I was concerned about, and they immediately sent me a FedEx shipping label and said, send it back and we'll take care of it. So yeah, super cool that they're gonna, take care of that. And then here's this bad boy. Boom, got a 5. I'm pretty happy with that grade. That's about what I thought it would get. The only issue with this is on the back, it says second issue trunk cover. So it doesn't say anything about being a butcher, second state, or anything like that. And I emailed them and said I was a little bit bummed out about that. I feel like it's gonna hurt the value if it doesn't say second state or butcher or something along those lines. So they said send this one back with the cracked one, and then we'll go ahead and take care of that on the label. So again, super nice people over there, very, very courteous. I was working with Jeremy, so if you ever have a chance to talk with him, very nice guy. So yeah, guys, that was my grading order. Gonna probably give them to Golden Auctions. There's a card show that happens like every 3 months in Dallas, and they set up there. So I think I'm gonna go down there here in about a week and just hand them off to them, get some JSA stuff certified and all that. But yeah, I'm excited to see what some of these do at auction. So maybe I'll make another video about that. We'll see what happens. But guys, I appreciate you checking this out. Please subscribe, like, comment, help me out a little bit. Trying to grow. So again, I appreciate your guys' time, and I will catch y'all soon. See ya.